All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and I am here today to do a August monthly budget closeout. I've shared before that I struggled a little bit with monthly budgets because I've always solely budgeted by paycheck, but I don't necessarily budget per paycheck, like budget by paycheck, if that makes sense. I still look at things in the month as a whole, especially as far as my bills are concerned and how I divide those up. I look at those in a calendar month. So I wanted to do this budget with me on the computer, on the spreadsheet, because that's kind of what I've been using for kind of the big monthly overview. But I'm having a hard time figuring out how to do that. Anyway, I just couldn't make it work with the screen record and seeing both of us and still having volume. It just wasn't working. So I did all the math on the spreadsheet, and I'm just going to come here and put it back into this form that I used to set up my monthly budget. Positive changes are going to be in green, so that would be more income, more savings, and more towards our goals. And if expenses are under budget. Just because that works with my brain. So I had budgeted for myself $2,010.94 in income. And when I got my paychecks, it was actually $2,019.13. So just a couple dollars more because I worked an extra half hour one of those weeks. Okay, so for my husband, I was correct exactly on his wages, $2,927.96. Plasma donation, we only brought in 440. So technically we were under budget with that. That is always additional income. So actually I was going to put black if it came in right on budget. And I forgot to do that with my husband's paycheck. My mileage was right as I thought. So I know that some people purposely don't budget for those extra things, because I was just budgeting kind of the max plasma that we could get and then put that towards, and then putting that towards the project. But obviously if it doesn't work out that way, then the project gets less. So, that's always kind of it looks like we made less money, but honestly that's $440 of additional income. So it's nothing that I am super upset about. I was just trying to look through here quickly to see what, okay, so money that we brought back in from sinking funds for the month was $4,215.11. And then our other, was our total see, I'm already confusing myself. My other here was 4,000. I need to wipe that out because it's going to be wrong and it's going to bug me. Okay, so the other income, no, the sinking funds that came back in were $4,455.11. And then our other income total was $710.47. And that's one of those things that I would have to go look. So I have the numbers in the spreadsheet, but I do not remember. I know from the first paycheck I had my out of area coming in as extra, other in the other income category, but I do not remember what would have come in as other income in the second pay period. So I need to look. Oh, that was the random things came back in. The $100 that I wasn't budgeting for. The $17 from the $17 from the returning our truck tags that we sold, and then $25.29 from like a life insurance credit. Okay, so that's what that other income was there. So that brings our total income to inflow to $10,889.70. $0.75. 75 cents. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so then for our down to our fixed expenses, our HELOC was $463.32 was the minimum payment on that this month. Church was right on at $400 that we donated. In daycare, we actually only spent $75. Second paycheck, we didn't spend any. In the first paycheck, we just owed $75. Life insurance, we did put aside $262. For Gendro, we did pay $83. For SiriusXM, that was $648, no difference. I did put $15 aside for that. I put $270 aside for car insurance. The REC bill was just a little bit less, $317.98. The Netflix was $10.69. The Amazon was $7.48. The cell phone bill was $196.09. Just a few cents under. I did put $50 on the lunch account as planned. I did put $75. I'm actually going to do this different. I put $75 aside for car registration, but then I pulled $240 back in from a sinking fund to pay the $315 that we actually owed for car registration. That's what we set aside every month. That was the actual bill due in September. Okay. All right, so our total fixed expenses, $463.32 plus $400 plus $75 plus $262 plus $83 plus $648, $15, $270, $317.98, $10.69, $748, $196.09, $50, and $315. So our total fixed expenses were under budget at $2,472.04. Thank you. And then so the difference at this point is $10,889.75, which is $8,417.71 left. So then if I come up to our variable expenses, groceries was $560, just as I budgeted.
I'm pushing the Wi-Fi.
This was actually is actually 31 plus 60 plus 60 is 151.
Mommy, do it so I can push the Wi-Fi.
For eating out, we did set aside $120 as budgeted. For Target, we ended up not spending anything in that category. For households, we budgeted 40 and I have 60 in here. I didn't really remember going over on household, but okay, $60. For drinks, I budgeted 100 and we used 100. For beauty, I budgeted 90 and we spent 90. All right, for kids, I budgeted 40 and we ended up spending $119, and that is between the cash envelopes and just miscellaneous stuff. For family fun, I budgeted 40 and we ended up pulling out 40. For car washes, I budgeted 40 and we used 20 for that. For our diesel for my husband's truck, we budgeted 100 and the total was 102.21. Okay, Amazon subscriptions, we had budgeted 120 and we spent 119.73, which leaves our total variable expenses at 560, 271, 120, 60, 100, 90, 119. $40, 20, 102, 21, 119, 73 is 1601. 94. All right, and the difference between that and what we had here was 841771, which is 68. Maeve, I can hear it. 681577. So now we come down into our sinking funds and let's see what we put aside here. So in car gas, I have us at 536. So less money than I wanted to save, 95. Nothing for LP, I'm pretty sure. I've kind of put that to the side for the time being until we get some of our other things funded. So 0 for that was correct. For vehicle repairs, we did put aside 50 as budgeted. For Google storage, we put aside $2 as budgeted. For boots, our boot sinking fund, we only saved 20 for that this month. For holidays, well, for Christmas here, we did have 50. For holidays, we had $30 was all. It's less money than we wanted to save, so only $30 went to holidays. Nothing went to school, so that's correct. For my passport, we saved $10 as budgeted, and we put nothing in a kid's sinking fund, and we saved nothing for taxes. For birthdays, we put 0 in that sinking fund last month. In the daycare sinking fund, we put no money away because it was not needed. So that was saving less than we wanted. It was already funded, so I just moved on to the next thing. And then, okay, so I have project in 2 places. What I have here is really just our plasma. That's all the money specifically designated to that. So that's what I'm going to put here under sinking funds. And then I will show kind of the remainder of the things that we ended up throwing at it up there.
Mom, I'm gonna make this off.
And see if that math works out to what I have on the spreadsheet. So since in plasma come in, we had 440. That is less than I wanted to save, but that is what would go in that category. So for our sinking funds, 536.95 plus 50 plus 2 plus 20 plus 30 plus 50 plus 10 plus 440. So we saved $1,138.95, which leaves a difference between that 6815.77 meaning we still have $5,676.82 to budget. Go get a different shirt, that's fine. All right, so coming up to our extra things, work expenses. So I messed up on the original budget. I was wondering why we had so much left. Maeve has picked a show. Please leave it on. Okay. But I forgot to count in the work expenses that came in for my out of area that I explained I had to reimburse hotel and meal costs that were covered with per diem. And so our work expenses ended up being nothing specifically in work meals, but our work expenses were $368. $368.31. And then, so kids miscellaneous, I just put it all in the kids line there. So, what? So I actually kind of sort of did that wrong, but I'm going to put 0 for kids miscellaneous here because I calculated all of the kids over here where the cash envelope originally was. So other miscellaneous spending was dirty. Other miscellaneous spending, we were over budget. It was mine. It was 92. Actually, I think it was only partly mine, but 92.48 is where I'm going to put that unbudgeted amount. He didn't have any. And then what I have for, no, that's totally a lie. He has, actually I don't know if that's his or not. I don't remember what that was. $40.98 in miscellaneous. So we had total of $133.46 miscellaneous. And I think that is all of the expenses other than project expenses. So let's add up our categories so far. $368.31 plus $92.48 plus $40.98 equals $501.78. If I subtract that from $5,676.82, ooh, we also paid car gas. I forgot about that. So we put money into our car gas sinking fund, but we also had money, I think, that we had to pay for gas. We budgeted $0 for savings challenges, and saving is a good thing, and we spent $55 putting money in savings challenges.
Eden, you shouldn't see her.
And then we ended up spending, why isn't that in there? See, now that's going to be way over. $951. $951.79. We are over budget. $951.79 on an actual car gas bill. So forgot those in there. So $368.31 plus $92.48 plus $40.98 plus $951.79 plus 55 equals $1508.56. I'm just going to jot that down here. $1508.56, and then I subtract that from $5,676.82 that we had left, leaving $4,000, which is a good thing, $4,168.26 that we were able to put towards the project during this month. Which should then give us a zero-based budget. So $368.31 plus $92.48 plus $40.98 plus $951.79 plus $41.68.26 plus 55 equals $5,676.82, which is over budget here, 567682, which does leave us with a zero-based budget. So I may have been too zoomed out for some of that, but that is kind of a review of our monthly budget for August. So we were over on some things, but overall lots of money was able to be put towards our project, and September will be the same, hopefully. So hopefully very early in October we will be done funding that entirely. So if you have questions or comments, leave them down below. Please like this video on your way out, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Thanks so much, and until next time, guys, bye.